We had been doing donations, collecting donations and clothing. All of this stuff was at brand new or like new. We had done 10 truckloads for the homeless shelters prior to COVID because of the California wildfires originally, and the people were displaced and didn't have anywhere to go. Everything from blankets to buying cases of baby diapers and all that stuff and packaging them. And I've got several videos and photos that I can add to this to show all the stuff that we'd been taking, truckloads. Even though my personal situation isn't great and struggling, it still doesn't stop me from doing for others and blessing others. As a matter of fact, God blesses you when you bless others. So we were making sure we were providing for those who were still less fortunate than we were. And trespassing jackasses, we had all this stuff boxed up and ready to go, came and threw dirt all over this stuff. I took it to the laundromat. It took $50, washed it all, refolded it all, repackaged it all. The night before we were supposed to take off with it, the jackasses poured stuff all over it again. This time it was something liquid that smelled. I didn't know if it was some animal urine or whatever, but whatever it was, I didn't think it was sanitary enough to take to anybody. And again, a lot of the stuff was brand new, never been worn. Again, we went through the whole washing and all that mess, folding it and putting it away. And we had everything ready to go. And the way that I had it was I would finish it in the afternoon, load it in the truck that same day. That way they wouldn't have a chance to destroy everything. And then first thing the next morning, get it to its destination. Then we end up with a huge storm that wasn't even on the records. I mean, it said we had like a 2-3% chance. We ended up with a deluge. This stuff ended up soaking wet, and it rained for 3 days. At which point, I just said, you know what? This load ain't going to make it. And we have not made a trip since. And it's a shame because there was a lot of people who were benefiting and being blessed from the items that we were taking to them. But after a point, you get tired of trying to swim upstream. And we had all these people just working against us as hard as they could to keep us from doing anything positive here on this property. You know, this place we have a nonprofit, was for mainly educational purposes and things. And they've been destroying an animal rescue. You know, most of the dogs that I've had, we have trained and rehomed. I think it's 29 dogs. I have to look at the records that were feral, that were never had human contact, that were going to be put down because the extra large breed dogs, people are terrified of them, especially if they have no training and no socialization. So we would socialize them in training, see which ones had the right temperaments where they could be safely placed with people. And the people have sent me many letters and adore the animals. And then the ones that couldn't, I kept. Those are the ones that are still here now because they have aggression issues. And it takes somebody who will get aggressive back with them, will stand their grounds with them and let them know, I'm not playing with you. You do what I say, not the other way around. Because there's always a pecking order. And you have to be an absolute alpha with certain animals. But this is at least $1,000 worth of good clothing. But once they got soaking wet and we got to worry about mildew and having to do all the cleaning again, I'm a senior citizen and I'm dealing with lymphoma. And I'm battling an uphill fight with, I've got at least 20 people, if not more, a hate group in the area who are trying to run us off our property, sabotaging everything. Every single thing around here that could be destroyed or sabotaged has been destroyed or sabotaged. Not once, but multiple times. We've been here 4 years, rebuilding and trying to make things stronger and adding cameras and adding electric fences and adding more security from every direction. And they are relentless. And then hacking into our bank accounts and emptying accounts and fraudulent charges and just a freaking nightmare. So I said enough. And unfortunately, the sad truth is, I'm about to bag this stuff up and just throw it away. All of this, there were warm jackets and things for the winter for people. There's children's clothes, there's baby clothes. Enough. And we will not be doing this anymore. Definitely not here. But it's a sad shame because there were people who really would have been blessed and benefited from receiving these items. And like I said, most of the stuff was new. At least 50% of it was brand new. And then the other 50% was gently used, but in like new, in excellent condition. Not a spot, not a stain, not a hole, not anything wrong with it. And now it's all destroyed. So just the ugly, ugly, nasty nature of the people here. Just ridiculous. But I'm about to bag all this stuff up. I'm going to see what doesn't have water damage to it. Whatever doesn't have water damage, I'm going to bag it up and give it away if somebody has some use for it. But I'm sure some of this is mildewed and stuff because it got rained on. And after that point, I just had enough. It was like, Lord, you get tired of trying your best. You get tired of working your hardest and seeing every bit of your work undone. Again, we are 660 feet onto our property. No one has any right or business being here at all. We were already lied to about the property and duped into getting it, not knowing it was covered with glass and metal and debris and trash that we have to clean up before we can use any of it for anything we needed to use it for. Because it was snow on the ground and it just looked like rocks and bushes and brush under the snow. And she knew this and she lied about it. And then she said none of this stuff was here last time she was here. Come to find out that this property was part of a dump back in the 1920s and 1940s. The crap that's on this property has been here since before she was born. And she's 20 years older than me. So, and I'm a senior. So just, it has been nothing but negativity and ugliness and nastiness. And all we came here to do and all we came here for was peace and quiet and to do what good we could and help those that we can, like we always do everywhere we go. But not here. This town is something else, something severely ugly. I've never been around so many demons, and that's exactly what they are. A bunch of devils. But again, I'm nobody's prey. I'm not playing with these folk, and I've had it with these folk.